Megan Queen and her husband Joe Queen were sleeping in their house in Rancho Bernardo when smoke started to fill the sky. They awoke to sirens.
Yeah, we looked out the window and there was like a wall of flames just coming down the hill. And I think one of us said, we got to get out of here.
We woke our kids up and they were 1 and 6. So our son, who's 6 at the time, he didn't get up right away. And we had to yell at him again to get up and we need to move.
The Queens arrived in Rancho Bernardo 6 months before October 2007, when the Witch Creek wildfire ripped through hundreds of thousands of acres of land and destroyed over 1,200 homes. Flames were all around the family as they drove to get away.
We were so traumatized, we got lost. We didn't know where we were going.
The Queens eventually made it to an evacuation center with their kids, but the next day, they found out that their rented house had burned down. They've settled in a home close to their old neighborhood, but Megan says the fire still lives with them over a decade later.
I would be in the drawers in the kitchen cooking and looking for something, and I'm like, where is it? And I'd be like, oh, it burned in the fire. And then that would kind of sadden us.
People cope with losing personal belongings, homes, and pets differently. UC Los Angeles psychologist Emmanuel Maidenberg says while some recover quickly, others experience long-lived trauma.
They experience symptoms as if it was happening again, anticipatory anxiety, not being able to fall asleep, changes in appetite, irritability, and feeling as if something terrible may happen at any point.
Megan Queen, for example, says even the smell of smoke or news of hot and dry Santa Ana winds can put her on high alert. Maidenberg says those already experiencing stress when a fire breaks out may be more susceptible to these symptoms over time. And some people are genetically wired to develop post-traumatic stress more easily. Post-traumatic stress is common enough, but the American Psychiatric Association also estimates 1 in 11 U.S. adults will be diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder in their lifetime.
The changes can be detected on all levels, behavioral level, emotional level, psychological level, if you make a difference, distinction, and then physiological level, including brains.
Through these experiences, our belief about ourselves and the world around us has been changed.
Tina Casola is a licensed mental health counselor the Red Cross calls upon during natural disasters. Here at the Red Cross in Kearney Mesa, emergency responders are equipped with computers and maps to quickly dispatch resources. While they send out material goods, they also provide mental health services. That's because people go through a lot when disaster strikes, and they need to talk about it, says Casola.
A lot of times it has to do with trust, and that's not only trust of others, which is easy to see, but a lot of times it's trust in ourselves. Did I make the right decision? Should I have done something differently?
That type of thinking might happen as displaced families sit in an evacuation center right after fleeing a fire.
In our fire situations, there's a lot of, I call it limbo time, where we don't have information, we don't know what's happening, and that can be very distressing on people.
Casola says Red Cross services can help alleviate some pain, but some people may need more help, and they may not know they need it before it's too late. That's why Casola says residents should factor mental health into their emergency plans before disaster strikes, along with material necessities like food and money.
You know, who do I have to support me? What are the really important things to me? How do I reach out for help? And then even knowing, how do I know when I need help? You know, how am I going to read my body?
As fire season continues, one thing Casola recommends is that people know ahead of time who they could go to for support in case of an emergency. In fact, Megan and Joe Queen say they took advantage of counseling opportunities through the community so they can be prepared to handle stress and personal loss if events like a major wildfire happen again.
It's easy to sit there and focus on, I lost my yearbook. When you look at that, you start getting down and go, oh, it does suck. I don't have this or that anymore. But we have everybody.
Megan and Joe also say they're prepared. They now keep sentimental items like family photographs in a box by the door. Shalina Chatlani, KPBS News.